real-life cynic, being cynical, one frame at a time. Now, for those of you out there who like Batman, you'll find a kindred spirit in me. I love Batman because he never fails to be cool or interesting or, right, that. Well, okay, maybe he's not cool all the time, but he's at least always portrayed as a dignified master detective who, okay, right, okay, maybe not dignified all the time either, but at the very least, he always had worthy opponents to face out, and oh my god, would you stop doing that? Okay. So maybe as a superhero, Batman has had his rough patches, but who hasn't, right? I mean, sure, there's righteous douche Batman, but then they have classics like the goddamn Batman, which no one can replace. Well, one day I was surfing the tube, and I was fortunate enough, depending on how you look at it, to stumble upon the original Batman movie from 1966. Hey, I thought to myself, full of wonder and awe, I like Batman. So, without even taking the time period into consideration, nor the fact that Adam West's name is listed right there next to the title, I jumped right on in. Right from the get-go, you're greeted by the horrible dialogue and the music. Oh, the music. Yeah, that music. So the Caped Crusader and his pedo squeeze, Robin, head out in a tip that some old crusty fuck is in trouble out in his boat. They ready the Batcopter. Yes, the Batcopter, to go out and see and rescue this chap. Once they get out there, they find the boat. Batman starts to lower himself onto it using a ladder from the copter. However, right before he lands, the boat suddenly disappears. What? Baffled by this twisted turn of events, Batman whines like a pussy as he is halfway submerged in water. Robin quickly pulls him up, much to Batman's relief. That relief quickly turns to horror, however, when Batman realizes that there's a shark latched onto his leg. Yeah, a shark. So he does a logical thing and starts punching the shark in the head. Okay, so I have to make a little bit of an aside here. The amount of time Batman's legs were submerged into the water wouldn't have allotted enough for a shark to latch onto his leg. And furthermore, if he were being airlifted out of the water with the shark still attached to his leg would have most likely snapped off under the pressure of the shark's jaw. But, you know, I'm only taking into account logic. I heard logic wasn't too popular in the 60s. Anyway, moving on. Batman sprays the shark with his bat shark repellent. Yeah, no friggin' lie. Bat shark repellent. And the shark falls into the water before exploding. Okay. Let me just get this straight. Bat shark repellent plus shark equals explosion. Alright. Anyway, Batman and Robin go to the police station where Commissioner Gordon is, and they somehow deduce that the Riddler, the Penguin, the Joker, and Catwoman are behind some nefarious plot to, do something. Everyone gasp! It is at this point that the urine-saturated Robin asks his mentor, what could they want to do? Take over the city? To take over the country? And Batman responds emphatically, if there were only 3 of them, perhaps I would agree. Take over the country. But 4? Their goal must be to take over the entire world. Holy fucknut, Batman. Jeez, does it really take 4 people just to come up with the ambition of taking over the world? Christ, most movies only need 1 supervillain to think up that goal. If you're interested in having a rundown of the villains, here it is. The Penguin is annoying, and the guy who plays him is fat. For some reason, he quacks in between laughter and dialogue, which makes absolutely no sense, because his persona is the penguin, and not the duck. I suppose he did seem more sinister or something. He only succeeded in seeming more like a tool. The Joker, the only villain in the movie who seems somewhat sadistic and evil, is actually just an optical illusion, because he really isn't at all. He's just a pussy with green hair and a white face. I suppose he's crazy too, but he isn't really psychotic. In fact, I think he's more autistic than insane. The Riddler. Why is this guy here? His whole shtick is giving badly veiled clues to Batman. If I were in this gang of tards, I'd fire this fuck immediately. Last but not least, Catwoman. The only villain worth a damn throughout this entire film. And the only reason she's worth a damn is because I can have fun picturing her naked. Other than that, she's just a bumbling, dense fuckwad like everybody else. God just graced her with a better rack, that's all. Okay, so back to the plot. I'm just going to gloss over it because if I get into it, my soul will die. So the villains try to draw Batman out by kidnapping a high-profile socialite. And you'll never guess who. Bruce Wayne. No shit. These are a collection of the most ineffective, stupid criminals, and heroes, I might add, to ever walk the earth. Okay, skipping ahead a little bit, the villains succeed in turning the UN Security Council into dust, but Batman puts them back together using the power of Christ or some shit. And that's it, pretty much. Yep. Really bad movie, for the most part. I mean, it's funny, I guess, and I think it's supposed to be funny, but still. And that's it, pretty much. Yep. Really bad movie, for the most part. I mean, it's funny, I guess, and I think it's supposed to be funny, but still.